I'm live. Waiting for anyone to join and say hello to me, just here to be in community. Hi, Amy. So nice to see you. Hi, Bannister85. I'm just here to be in my community. I'm just here to conversate and join in solidarity. And what I like to do, hi, Post Pandemic Chronicles. I love seeing everybody here. I hope everybody is well. I want to have a conversation. I want to be in community. I want to be in solidarity. It's been a very hard week. It's been a very hard few weeks. And I would love to have a conversation. How are you guys? How are you, Amy? How are you, Bannister? How are you post pandemic? Hi, Jeek. How are you, Zeke? Great to see you. I love your music. It's so wonderful. Hey, you guys, if anybody wants to talk, just write in the comments and I'll read your comment aloud. Jeek is telling me, don't get me started. Well, that's exactly why I came on, to get us started. Yeah, I want to talk about what's going on in the world. I want to be able to process reality in this community. So, thanks for being here. I couldn't really come on yesterday. Um, Zeke is asking me what's on the bottom of my shirt. Antifa, 1925 to 2025, 100 years of fighting fascist scum. I got this T-shirt made. I made this. I made this, and I sent it, and I got it put on a T-shirt. Yeah, it's all about Antifa because even before Antifa was a terrorist organization, I identified as anti-fascist. How about you guys? Did you? Um, Listen, I don't know how you guys are doing, but it's been a high troglodyte times. I loved your article today. Thank you for joining. I'm just here to say hello. And Zeke is telling me that they've been Antifa-ing since 1995. Wow. That is the year that I graduated from college. So that's amazing. I don't even know if I knew what Antifa was. I didn't know what Antifa was until I moved to New York City in 1998. And I was in Washington Square Park, and people were handing out flyers for Antifa. And I thought, why is that needed? I mean, we don't have fascists here in the USA. I really believed that. Um, Hi, Jabras. Great to see you. I'm just here in community, you guys. When I feel down and confused, I like to come on here and be with people. This community right here is saving me. You guys are keeping me sustained. I really don't know how I would be getting through every day without like minded people here on Substack. Hi, Max. Great to see you. So, if anybody makes comments, I'm going to read them and respond. So, please write your comments. Tell me how you're feeling mentally, physically. What's going on with you? Jika's saying it's the year 1995 was the year I dropped out of college and became obsessed with the Situationist International. Been a far left lunatic ever since. We had a lot of explicitly Antifa branded events in Lansing in the day. Lansing, Michigan? Really? Am I right? Um, well, good for you, Zeke. I'm glad that you've been Antifa for so long. Hi, Lambo. Great to see you. I didn't realize I wasn't following you, so I followed today. M. Davis. Hi, how are you? Oh, Zora's Resistance Press. I know you. The Troglodyte Times is telling me thank you because fuck fascists everywhere. None of us are free until all of us are free. It's up to us, you guys. We are the ones who are going to have any chance of overthrowing this fascist regime. And it's going to be in community like this. So we have to come on, we have to share our ideas. We have to affirm each other, validate each other. We can never give up. And lately, things have been happening that could make people want to give up. We're literally seeing executions in the street. I wanted to give a moment of silence for Mr. Preddy. I want to give a moment of silence for all of the people who have been murdered on the streets in ICE detention. I want to give them honor. I want to give them respect. I am deeply saddened by what's happening. And so, yeah, I wanted to come on here and show support. Thank you, Zora's Resistance, for saying RIP. Thank you so much. Zeke is saying, did we see all the enormous Pretty in New York? Did we all see the enormous Pretty in New York? Oh, was it a vigil? Tell me. Tell me. Oh, the Cool Group isn't Cool joined. Hi, Elizabeth. Great to see you. Um, Hi, Eugene. Just going back to see who's here, you guys. Everybody is welcome into this conversation. And if you have anything to say, please tell me. Jeek is telling me someone made a huge digital billboard, I think, okay, in New York City for Mr. Preddy. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm just so glad that people are coming together in this terrible time. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm coming together with you guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to just read any comments. If you want to tell me anything, if you want to tell me how you're feeling, tell me what you're thinking, I want to know. Why? Because what you guys think and what you guys believe and what you guys need, that's the most important thing to me right now. I don't get two shits about these goddamn politicians. I don't get two shits about anyone on TV, about any celebrity. I care about us. I don't care about those people. I care about us. You know what I mean? So that's why I come. That's why I come on video. I come on video to know that I'm in um, a community that's safe psychologically, where I can express my leftist views. I'm a leftist. Oh, by the way, on Blue Sky today, oh my God, it is blue MAGA over there, you guys. It is blue MAGA over there on Blue Sky. It is almost intolerable to me. Thank God I found Substack. And then somebody today also told me about another social media, COSO. I can't remember what it stands for now, but apparently it's also very leftist, which I'm realizing apparently I'm a leftist, which is fine with me. Label me however you want. Personally, I just care about people, humans all over the world. I care about children all over the world. I care about women all over the world. I care about men all over the world. I care about all the genders all over the world. I that's who I am. I guess that's leftist. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. I do know a label called Blue MAGA, which is Democrats who cannot criticize the Democratic Party. And today it's been a big problem for me to see so many people defending the Democrats after 149 of them voted in the House to support all of the appropriations bills of the America First agenda. 149 Democrats in the House. Okay, that's not a small number. Now, the other day, seven voted for the funding of ICE. But 149 voted for all of the other appropriations bills. So we're in deep shit here. Neither party is protecting us. But who can? We can. We can protect each other. We can protect each other through our community, mutual aid, looking out for each other, and being there for each other. Hi, David. Nice to see you. Hi, ... Hi, Solemna. Great to see you guys. Zeke, do you mind? They're asking, do you mind if I drop a link to my leftist propaganda from this morning? Not at all. Drop any link. Don't watch it until after Michelle's stream is over, obviously. Oh, you're so sweet, Zeke. Zora's Resistance is saying, still feeling disappointed in my fellow Americans still in denial. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I'm so fucking disappointed. How can they not see? How can people not see what's right in front of their faces? I'll tell you. Denial. Do you know about it? It's a psychological defense mechanism, and it just happens. When people are too overwhelmed with reality, they dissociate from it. And we got a lot of that going on right now. Zora's Resistance is saying blue sky is too blue. Oh, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think the colors are kind of problematic, right? It's sort of like it's a way to divide us, red versus blue. This is one of the ways that they have manipulated the whole society, is by having a binary. Two parties. That's it. Good versus evil. No matter what side you're on, you're good and the other one's evil. It's preposterous, you guys. It's so simplistic. It is the lowest level of intellect possible. And that makes sense because our country from inception has not wanted us to be critical thinkers in this society. Are the oligarchs who own everything and who run the country, they don't want us thinking independently. They want to tell us who to vote for. And if you're a Democrat, it's vote blue no matter who, except if it's Zoran Mamdani. How is that possible? Oh, I know, because it's only vote blue no matter who when it's convenient for the DNC. Fuck that shit. Okay. Oh, Lambo telling me can't use TikTok anymore. Yes, tell me more. I've never been on it. Are you saying we have to boycott it? Because it's a fascist company? Tell me more. The Troglodyte Times is saying, how are we feeling about Gavin Newsom? I sincerely hope he loses the primaries and an actual anti-billionaire person gets through. Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Gavin Newsom, from what I can tell, is MAGA light, and a lot of people agree with me. Okay, these very high-paid corporate Democrats, you can tell it in their speech. They don't sound like regular human beings. They sound like they're reading off a teleprompter, or that they've had somebody, which they have, script out their talking points. I want somebody who's just going to talk and be authentic as an American, as a regular, humble person, somebody that doesn't get funded by the Israeli lobby, somebody that doesn't get funded through corporate donations. This will be difficult to achieve, but Zoran Mamdani, he approximated that, although he did have some corporate sponsors. AOC initially, she did it through small grassroots organizing, although that was for Congress, not for president. So we're probably going to get a billionaire-approved candidate for president. It's going to be probably another white male, since the last two candidates that were women were set up to fail. Perhaps they're going to choose a white man to carry their banner of fascism. Oh, thank you for saying that, Troglodyte Times, saying that leftists, meanwhile, were just normal people with empathy. That's what we are. They want to call us leftists, fine. But to me, it's about having empathy and being humane. Call me what you want. I'm not afraid of it. Hi, Amy. Hi, Amy. She's saying humanity. That's right. That's right. Okay, Jika's saying, I broke up with a very good friend this weekend over Trump. We had a huge, long conversation. We were making an album together. He said, I'm not going to debate you. And then I said, collaborator, and blocked him. We got to make these choices. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, the oligarchs have split our entire society, including families. Actual families are split. The oligarchs are brilliant. They know how to manipulate minds on the mass scale, and they've done it. They've done it very well, especially since 2016 with the rise of the MAGA movement. Our society has never been so divided. They got us to a point of being on the cusp of civil war. This was not the people, you guys. This is not the citizens. This was done by the hoarders of wealth who own the entire country, our elections, our judges, and our politicians. This is who created the situation. It's actually not the citizens. We are pit against each other to hate each other. And it's happened. It's happened. I tried to take away the hatred towards others, but of course, sometimes it flares up. And certainly I understand when people are being abused, why you would hate. It makes sense. we have people who are trying to harm us. So I understand the feelings of hatred. And at the same time, I know that they were imposed upon us by our overlords. Okay. Oh, Zeke is giving me some news or question. Didn't Newsom just decline to support a billionaire tax? Probably. Um, he's a lib. Yep. Oh, Zeke, you had a word with Susie Staff about that? About what? Tell me more. That's probably something I said. Zoran's resistance, crazy bullshit, all paid by donors. Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hi, TK. The Troglodyte Times is saying exact bullshit. No more for healthcare, no more to feed kids. But here's billions for weapons in Argentina. Fuck off, tax billionaires. Feed the rest. Fuck yes, man. We have to use this kind of language. We need to know what our talking points are. And we have to stand firm. And this is how we do it. You know, whatever you believe, whatever you value, whatever you feel, practice it. Talk about it a lot. You know, get your language together. Get things that you want to say together. And there's nothing more important right now. In fact, our biggest weapon right now, one of them, is our words and ideas. Can you believe it? Words and ideas, you guys. These are some of our biggest weapons. And you know, it makes sense in a way because in the right wing, their words and ideas are also their biggest weapon. But yet they have propaganda machines. They've got Fox News. They have Untrue Social, X, even mainstream media. Let me see if there's any more comments. Hi, Pragmatic Patriot. Thanks for joining. Saying, I don't get it either. Do you mean how people can't see what's in front of their faces? Zoran's resistance saying, once you see, you cannot unsee. It's so true. I'm glad I was awakened. You know how I finally saw the true light? It was after the 2024 election, and the Democrats didn't say shit about what was obviously the most rigged election in history. And it wasn't the first, but it was the most obvious. And the Democrats lost me for good because of that. I'm now an unaffiliated voter. I will look at the funders of everybody I vote for, and I will decide based on who is funding them. I will not just listen to their words. This is where words and ideas cannot be trusted. Campaigning. I thought everybody knew that politicians lie. Interestingly enough, though, the Democrats are more insidious. See, the pubes, the Republicans, they've been telling us what they're going to do to us. But the Democrats actually say they're going to fight for us. But then they don't. So some people say the Democrats are lesser evil. I don't see it. I don't see it. I think they're co-collaborators, co-conspirators. And I think it's actually, in some ways, again, more insidious that they say all the right things, but then they turn around and vote along with MAGA. Hi, TK, saying, hi, MS. How was your cry? Did you feel a little bit better after? Thank you so much for asking. Yesterday, I cried all day, you guys. I talked about it. I cried all day. I was thinking about these beautiful humans that are being killed in our streets. I think about the beautiful humans that are being deported. I saw a little 2-year-old girl was sent on a plane all by herself. It's torture. It's torture. And I'm very empathic like you guys. And some days I'm too overwhelmed. And yeah, I do feel better after I cried. I do. Thank you for asking. It means a lot. It really does. Crying is one of my favorite things to do because it releases energy. And there's really chemicals in the brain that help us. So that's why I put it on social media. I told everybody I couldn't stop crying. Not ashamed of that. And I got support, just like you're giving me, TK. Zora's resistance is saying neither party is good, and I cannot agree more. Stephen Harris, hello. Hi, La Revolte. La Revolte joined. I hope I'm saying that right. Zeke is saying, thank you. Sorry to self-promote, but this is the only job I can find. Of course you can self-promote in my comments. Don't worry about it. Saying our Democratic Party is a center-right party in literally every other country. Thank you for saying that, Z. Did you guys know that? We have our Liberal Party over here, and it's center-right. Did you know that? Did you know that the party swung far right over the last decades? It started in the 90s with Clinton, when the Democrats adopted neoliberalism. And you know what? It's not liberal. Even though the word liberal is in there, it's actually very conservative and right wing. It's all about privatization. That's all it's really about. You know, it's about corporations solving our problems. Look how they're doing with that. They can't solve our problems. They're the cause of our problems. Oh, Kat Abu, she's great. Is everything okay with her? Because I saw something about her campaign, that there was some video that she actually submitted, but then they said they never got it. I don't know what the update is on that. Hi, Amy. Nice to see you. Oh, I love your comment. She says, picking sides picks fights. Can't we all just get along? Find a common ground that works for a majority of persons. I never voted till 2025. LOL. I don't fit in any one department. Mostly fuck them all when it comes to a politician. I am for the people, all the people. I love it. I love your comment. I agree with every word. Hi, David Page. Great to see you. Lambo is telling me Ellison took over and they are now eliminating any mention of Epstein. How convenient. I don't know if you guys know this, but I believe that the Epstein files has been a distraction, very purposeful by the regime, because I know they're never going to release them. But what they've done is delay and drag out. And we spent from July all the way till now chasing these files. And what happened in July? July 4th, the big fascist bill was made into law. It's called OBA, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. I call it the big fascist bill. It's a law. It's Project 2025 in law. And all that time we could have been preparing to fight what's happening now. People were chasing these files. So I think it was very purposeful. And then today, Trump said in one of his, posts, "Stop talking about the Epstein files!" Exclamation point, exclamation point. But again, you guys, he doesn't give a shit about the Epstein files, because if he did, he wouldn't be saying shit about them. He's bringing them back into attention when he says shit like that. He knows people will react when he says things like that. So please, don't be fooled. The Epstein files contain the information of all the most powerful people, men on the planet, and they're all child rapists. They're never going to be released. And if and when they ever are, they're highly redacted. There's no transparency. So what I recommend is believing the victims. Just believe them. We can give them justice. We have to give them justice. Nobody else is going to. Read Virginia Giuffre's memoir. Listen to Sasha Riley's testimony. Believe them. That is the justice we can give them. Okay, I'm going to see if there's any more comments. The troll time is giving me affirmation. Facts. MAGA Light Newsome. He doesn't believe in anything except what helps him. He's literally bought and sold by the fucking Gettys. Who are the Gettys? Can you please tell me? I need to learn. Our politicians are bought off, you guys, since 2010. What do we have? Unlimited corporate and foreign lobby campaign donations. In 2010, our supreme corruption ruled that corporations are people and that they have free speech. That's insane, you guys. We have an insane country. Literally. It's not sane. Corporations and foreign lobbies are buying our elections. They're buying our politicians. And so once we vote them into office, our politicians vote for their corporations and foreign lobbies. That's how our system works. So an election can't really save us. Now, at the local level, we have a lot more power. Harass your state senators, harass your mayor, harass your police chief. I mean, if you can be safe, gather in groups, do a tent city outside of the legislator's state house. The state is where we can have power. And sadly, I think I'm talking about blue states. I worry about the red states. You guys are already under full authoritarian control. And that's how, well, through their gerrymandering and rigging of the state elections, that's how they were able to get into this position. Hi, Robert. Thank you for joining. Yeah, who are the Gettys? Tell me. Julian. Hi, Julian. David is telling me, David Page, yes, indeed, women who run get sabotaged. Yes, they do. You know, I don't anymore love Hillary or love Kamala, but I know for a fact they were set up. And it was so masterful. Why? Because then the people who set them up weren't blamed. Who were blamed? The voters were blamed for being sexist and racist. You guys saw how many people were going to Kamala's events, right? And it was a very diverse crowd. This wasn't racism and sexism. This was an orchestrated election. But it was perfect because then the voters blamed each other instead of the oligarchs who own everything. Oh, and of course the DNC. Jeek is saying, you say leftist like there's some stigma attached to it. I don't think there is, but thank you for pointing that out. I'm saying that because people use it like it's an insult. They throw it around like it's some kind of insult. What I'm saying is it's fine, whatever you want to call me. If I'm on the left, cool. But to me, it's just being humane. I think that's one of the issues is that we have all these labels. That's what divides us. Yeah, call me a leftist. I'm cool with that. Liberals are no longer liberal, or the Liberal Party is no longer liberal. So leftist is fine. I'm just saying it's interesting how much we label people, and it's very purposeful. Again, by these people who hoard the wealth and control our country. So thank you for pointing that out, Zeke. Okay, ... Gotta run. Catch the replay. Thank you. Stephen Beaver, hello. Thank you for joining. Zora's Resistance. Here in SF, upcoming DSASF, the Democratic Socialists of America, I call myself a humanitarian. I do too. I call myself a humanitarian or a humanist. I also call myself an atheist. I call myself Antifa. I call myself, what else? Those are the main things that I could say. You know, I care about people. I care about people's well-being. And I think that our government has an obligation to take care of us. I don't think that is leftist. I just think that's common sense. Apparently it's, very radical to believe in the government taking care of the people through things like Medicaid and Medicare and food stamps and welfare programs and disability. These programs are essential. Any one of us could need them any day. Any day. We pay into these programs. These are our rights. They're not handouts, you guys. They're our rights. Thank you for saying that, Zora's Resistance. Okay, I'm going to have to get down to comments. Oh my God, you guys, thank you. Oh gosh, hold on. Let me see. Mad Cow, hello. Lizanne, hello. Great to see you. Let's see. Marjorie Unger, hello. You saying he parked money that he got from the pirate oil offshore in Qatar. He parked money that he got from the pirate oil offshore in Qatar. Tell me more, Marjorie. Are you talking about... Tell me what you're talking about. Is that about Gavin Newsom? Okay, good. I'm getting more information about Getty. Okay, thank you. Getty Oil, Getty Images, Getty. Oh my God, I'm so glad you're telling this. Getty, whose grandson was kidnapped. and he refused to pay the ransom for. Gavin has deep ties to that family. I had no idea. Gavin's father was literally their attorney, admin of the Getty estate. This is why I come on here, you guys, to be educated by my community. I cannot read everything. I cannot keep track of all this stuff. And I don't trust the media. So I don't watch news. I get my information from my community. It's the most reliable source there is. So thank you for that. Yeah. Gavin Newsom, he's probably going to be the candidate. Can you think of anybody else who would even be selected by the billionaires? Because that's who selects the candidates. Okay, Zeke, I skipped ahead. Oh, before I shut up, don't miss the More Perfect Union piece about Reggiano Parmigiano worker co-ops. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. I will. I take all recommendations like this. Hi, Abolish or Ice. Thank you for joining. Oh, you said pardoned, Marjorie Unger. Okay. I think you said it was so she's saying it cost 2.5 million to get somebody pardoned. The corruption is insane. It's unmatched. Zora's Resistance Press is telling me I wrote several articles on the BBB discussing how the macro is micro impacting the individual. Fucking Citizens United. Thank you for your work, really. All of you guys, when you write your articles and your notes and your posts, I read as much as I can. And like I said, the voices of people in this community are far more valuable and interesting to me than anybody who has a big platform. I have heard the same shit regurgitated for a fucking decade now. A decade I've heard the same shit regurgitated by all of these big platform commentators. It is boring as fuck. I like to hear what you guys have to say because we are peers. When we come together and talk and use our brilliance, we have solutions. Oh my God, today I posted an incredible article. Actually, I think it was yours. The Trogdolite. Hi, Jacob. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm all trying to look at people's names in the comments here. Hi, BC. Anyway, I posted your article today and it was brilliant. It had solutions at the state level. There are so many solutions. And for example, I don't know if you guys know Christopher Armitage. He wrote model legislation or Weirdo Friend. They've got all kinds of actual solutions to help. Where are the people that we elect and pay coming up with the solutions? There's nothing. There's nothing coming from the people we elect and pay. There's no solutions. It's bizarre. That's why I know it's complicity. Because, of course, we're brilliant. We are. We're brilliant. But there's hundreds and hundreds of people in our government getting paid to protect us, but not one of them has a useful idea. That's impossible. They are controlled by the party leadership. They're controlled by the DNC. So I'm just so grateful for your guys' work. Thank you. Okay. Oh, hi, John H. Great to see you. Hi, NOJ. Great to see you guys. Hi, Metal Liminal. I love that name. Just here, you guys, to be in community. Jacob Adamski joined. Jade joined. Thank you so much. Marjorie Unger is telling me that just an observation. I think you're talking about Renee Nicole Good and her widow are being investigated. And now a guy they can't impeach with a permit was disarmed and executed. Now the dumbass has come out. The NRA, the companies, so true. All of this, including murder, to distract from the Epstein files. Who are the powerful people possessed to keep a lid on it? Nasty. Oh my gosh, do you know? Okay, you guys, there was a CIA whistleblower that was interviewed by Stephen Barnett just this month. And he said that Jeffrey Epstein was an asset called an access agent for Israel. Now, I happen to know that Jeffrey Epstein was very good friends with Ehud Barak, who was a previous prime minister in Israel, and he was one of the most violent abusers of Virginia Giuffre. She talks about him in her memoir, although she did not name him by name. You know who she's talking about based on the time frame. And so Jeffrey Epstein, he was connected globally, um, getting information, getting things that he could manipulate people with, right? Catching them, obviously, in compromising positions as child rapists. So the most powerful men on the planet are included in these Epstein files. And certainly the funding of the sex trafficking operation and the many sex trafficking operations that the Trump Epstein organization hosted. And I do want to call it the Trump Epstein files because Donald Trump was right there hand in hand. In fact, Virginia Giuffre, she worked at Mar-a-Lago. That is one of the places that they would recruit the young women. So anyway, thank you for participating on all of this, you guys. Anybody, please make a comment. I will read your comments and respond. Hi, Abitha, PG, Norman, Stotier. Great to see you. The Trogdolite Times. Congrats, Michelle. All those labels just makes me see you as a regular, normal human who's trying to figure out life and make life better for others just like us. That is so wonderful. Thank you so much. It almost brings me to tears, the affirmation, validation I get on here. Also saying, oh my God, exactly. This idea of handouts for Medicare, but billions for every other bullshit program. I don't take any fucking justification for not being able to feed kids. Just shut up. Find the fucking money. The same way you find money for Israel and the military industrial complex and every fucking billionaire subsidy. I mean, I don't even have to say much more after that. You nailed it. Okay, let's see. Lambo. Money going to social programs is money they can't steal. Such a great point. That is such a great point. You nailed it. Let's see. Marjorie is telling me Trump has made over $2.5 million off the presidency this term so far. His goal is to enrich himself, and he is actually guaranteeing the future of his family. And I hesitate to say this, you guys, but it is very likely that there will be other Trumps in office at some point. Remember the Bushes, Clintons, Kennedys? These dynasties in our country really exist. And there's no reason to think, as much as I hate thinking about it, that his family won't remain in a very powerful position, potentially indefinitely. Of course, I would like to see them all arrested. Of course, I would like to see them all impoverished, but I'm trying to be realistic here. The right wing has captured our government, all branches. The right wing has captured our government, all branches. With that, they have the military to use at their disposal, and we have the largest arsenal of weapons on the globe. There's really no other military who's going to come save us like we've done in other situations. So I'm going to be in this for the long haul. I can tell you that right now. I'm not going anywhere. I expect this to be going on for the rest of my life. I really do. I have accepted the fact that I will be fighting this fascist regime probably until the day I die. And I'm very worried about my child's future, and I'm very saddened. And so sometimes I get very depressed. but I lean in. I lean into my feelings big time because I'm a therapist. So I encourage people to do that, and I do it myself. Lean in hard to our feelings so that they can move. That is the way. If you suppress your feelings all the time, they come out in other ways, and usually through illness, mental illness, physical illness, substance abuse. So it's really important that we feel all of these terrible feelings. Um, and I'm going to do it with you guys. I'm going to feel my feelings with you guys. All right, I'm going to read more comments. Okay. Zeke, I had carrots and an egg for dinner, and homeboy is taking home billions. I mean, it is sickening. It is sickening. Cunt Punk, I love your name. Thank you for joining. Hi, Hall. Thank you for joining. Marjorie Unger, does anyone remember the Russia PP tape? I do. I remember the goddamn PP tape. Let's see. Hi, Sun Dependence. Hi, Donald Anthony. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. Hi, Toad. So good to see you. Let's see if anyone else is here, and I'll say hello. Hi, Ralph. Great to see you. Hi, Stefan. Hi, Pamela. Oh my God, is that true? The Drug Delight Times. Kulinski is a big reason why I write. Tell me more about that. I wanted to ask you guys, are you taking care of yourselves? Are you taking care of yourselves? It's really important now more than ever. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So when you feel tired, rest. When you feel overstimulated, rest. Tune out. Get off social media. I take breaks. People sometimes worry about me because I am on social media a lot. I have a lot to say, and sometimes I might be on social media for many hours. But I want you to know I take breaks every day. And sometimes I might take breaks for many days in a row. And it's fine. Whenever you have to take a break, because you know what? We're going to need reinforcements here in the goddamn revolution, okay? You rest. And then when you're ready, you come back. And then I can rest. That's how it's going to have to be. Okay? This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. We have to sustain our energy. One of the things that they are trying to do, and they're very effective, is they're trying to exhaust us. It happened during the first Orange Reign of Terror. Remember how in the first term, and just like now, it's something new every day, something insane every day. That is very intentional. They're wearing us down. This is how they get people to give up. It's how they get people to tune out. And I don't ever blame the people. I never will blame the people. The American people are very oppressed. We've all thought we were free all these years. Fact is, you guys, our elections have always been highly controlled. I want you to understand that. Since the inception of this country, our elections have been highly, highly controlled. Today, I posted some facts about when different groups of people won their suffrage, won their right to vote. And I mean, there are hundreds of years between when white men first started being able to vote and when all people of color actually were able to vote. Hundreds of years. Nowadays, I was also talking about mass incarceration today. All those people's vote is suppressed. You know, we have 4 million people in prison here. All those votes are suppressed. And only 23 states actually return voting rights to people who were imprisoned. Can you fucking believe that? You served your sentence, but guess what? You're still punished. It's fucked, right? So our elections are highly compromised. The state and local elections are safer. We can have more impact there. Did you guys know that the primary races start in March? 5 states have primary races in March. All the time these people were chasing the Epstein files, nobody was preparing for anything else. This fucking asshole in Texas, Henry Cuellar, you know who he is? He got over $2 million from AIPAC, the pro-Israel lobby, to win his seat in Texas. He's got a primary race in March. He's got several people running against him. It's not too much time, you guys. It's like 6 weeks away. These primary races are upon us. And what do I see all the time on social media? Primary them all. Well, you better find your candidates and get to work then. Hi, Freddie. Thanks for joining. All right, I'm going to read something. The Trug to Light Times is saying, Michelle, you got to check on Kyle's weekend show with Crystal Ball. Crystal, Kyle, and friends. They had an attorney who made it really clear on how Kamala had millions of votes thrown out thanks to GOP suppression tactics. That's exactly right. In the end, I was pissed off at Kamala and the DNC for not saying anything about the rigged election. So right now, I don't respect them. However, I do believe she won that election. I did vote for her. I was totally behind her. I knew the assignment. I was all about it. But then when the election turned out in a statistically improbable way, following bomb threats, why didn't they investigate them? Where were those bomb threats from? Right? Elon Musk, just because the Supreme Court said it was okay that he had a $1 million a day lottery for votes, doesn't mean that it really was legal, you guys. Right? That doesn't make any sense. The Supreme Court is fully corrupt, so anything coming out of there, I don't respect it. It's certainly not the laws I'm going to follow. Marjorie Walker, let's see. You're saying every text I get sends me to Notable. Oh, tell me more about that. I'm not sure what you mean. Let's see. Zeke is saying I have to run. Check out my garbage sale. I'm rather desperate. I will, Zeke, and I love your support all the time. Thank you for coming, and I'll see you soon. You guys, if anybody wants to comment, I'm here just being in community, and I will read your comment and respond. And the main things I just come on here to do is hear what you have to say and express myself. I have to be able to express these thoughts and feelings that I don't have anywhere else to put them. I don't really want to be talking about this when I'm at home. When I'm at home with my family, I want to concentrate on that. So I come to social media, and that's where I find community. And I am lucky to have some friends in real life who also think similarly to me. But again, I try to preserve my friendships for having a lighter time. You know, I don't always want to be talking about this with my friends and family. So I'm giving it to you guys. Let's see. All right, Toad, how have you been? I saw you again. Oh, Donald, I don't know if I said hello to you. Let's see. Cunt Punk, again, I love your name. Again, if anybody wants to tell me, how are you doing? And what do you do to cope nowadays? How do you get through it? I'm doing it right now. I also do strength training once or twice a week. I also take naps. I also do meditation from usually an app where I listen to a meditation. I do breathing exercises. I have to find all different kinds of ways to take care of myself because we are living in an unprecedented time. And the assault on our senses is constant. I mean, look what happened this week. We're seeing murders. We've seen 2 or 3 executions just in the last few weeks. There's no way to comprehend and process all of that. Really, there's really no way to effectively process all of that. So what happens a lot of times is what's called dissociation. And that is when our brain literally takes over and protects us. And dissociation can be like feeling numb. It could be like zoning out. It could be like feeling like you have to sleep all the time. It could also be being in denial. So, our mind is brilliant. It knows what to do to protect us. But if we want to stay grounded in reality and really understand what's going on and be present, we actually have to feel. We have to feel the feelings and acknowledge them so that we don't dissociate, so that we don't get too overwhelmed. So I was saying earlier that I was just crying a lot yesterday. Every time I thought about these beautiful, precious humans being brutally slaughtered, tortured, imprisoned, little babies being deported, separated from their families. I mean, if sometimes I just grieve. I grieve, and I make time for that. It's important to grieve these losses and stay in touch with reality. And so that's what I'm going to try to do. All right, let me see. Anybody else joined? I just want to look and wow. Oh, Reverend Patricia F. Wolf joined. Thank you, Reverend Patricia F. Wolf. Marjorie Unger is saying, I want to pull the covers over my head, but I guess I'm too woke. Sometimes I think about it, like, would it just be easier to not understand? Would it be less painful? And every time I always come back to, no, I'm glad. I'm glad that I have my own mind. I'm glad I'm not brainwashed. Hi, Michael. Thank you for joining. It's very painful to be awakened to reality, but I prefer it. I would not want to be brainwashed. And I'm not going to lie, I have been. Why? Because I grew up in this country. And we are brainwashed as a society. We're brainwashed to think that we're free. Meanwhile, children, babies are getting slaughtered at school by weapons of war, by right-wing lunatics who have unfettered access. There's just no way to be free if our elected leaders allow this to go on with no intervention. So yeah, I always come back to wanting to be in reality. Hi Pam, thank you for joining. Marjorie is saying so many are clueless. It really oh my God, today I was at ShopRite. And as you walk in, they always play these same songs, and they're all of these like American classics. This one, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. I was like walking out like, this is a bunch of bullshit. Like literally talking to myself. Like, we have been brainwashed to believe we are free. I'm just sorry to say we're not. We have elements of things that look like freedom, like elections. But think about it. We have huge portions of the population that don't vote. I don't actually blame them. They are highly oppressed. A lot of people in our country are barely surviving, you guys. They're just trying to put one foot in front of the other every day, get a meal on the table, take care of their kids. This is how our country keeps us. They keep us impoverished. And it's going to get way worse. Now they're trying to make us very ill physically, right? So this is oppression and suppression. It's highly effective, and it's been going on since the inception of our country. It's never stopped. Marjorie is giving me a vomit emoji. I like that. Okay. The Trump delight times. Now, unfortunately, we can't sleep in peace forever when the basics are being litigated on a daily basis. I will not compromise on treating humans. I will not compromise on treating humans like humans. Feeding humans isn't radical. Shelter isn't radical. Keeping the future of humanity safe and bullet-free isn't radical. Not watching Gestapo executions on the street isn't radical. Thank you. Thank you. Feeding people, housing people, people having jobs that they can earn a wage where they can live on it and flourish. These are basic responsibilities of our government. It is not It's not even, I'm not even gonna say it's socialist. I mean, maybe that's the political ideology. I don't know. But this is just basic humanity, you guys, right? We provide all of the labor and consumption and all of the tax money that makes this entire country run. We deserve the absolute best from our government, the absolute best. Let's see. I'm just going to read some comments. David Page. Right wing Sinclair media promotes trash songs like I'm Proud to Be an American while banning Kansas's most famous song. Oh, I love that song. All We Are is Dust in the Wind. I tried to sing it there for a second, but I don't think I can. All we are is dust in the wind. Did I get it? I don't know. That might be right. But I love that song. And what a great one. What a great one. Music is so sustaining. That's another thing that helps me cope. Music. I created a playlist called the Revolution Playlist. And I got recommendations from community members. And it is so inspiring. I also made a playlist called Old White Hippies after Stephen Miller called the protesters old white hippies. Like that was some kind of insult. It's not. Let's see. Marjorie is saying, are we going to have this army on every street corner and still have a free and fair election? No. And with that, I must say, we really never have had a free and fair election, you guys. I'm so sorry to tell you. I know it's hard to believe, but if anyone's vote is suppressed, the election is not free and fair. So if we have 4 million prisoners that can't vote, those people are citizens, you guys. I care about them. I care about prisoners. I've known many in my life. They deserve a say. They're living in government housing. They're living in they're the most impacted people by this government than anybody, or some of the people that are most impacted. So right now we have 4 million people in prison that can't vote. And then we also have another 2.6 million who are out of prison and still not able to vote. Okay. That's 6.6 million votes right there. Then you look at gerrymandering. Then you look at purged voter rolls. We don't have free and fair elections. And being that at any given time in our history, entire demographics have been excluded from voting, we have never had a free and fair election, you guys. Local elections are more reliable. Okay. There's fewer votes. It's state level. There's no electoral college. So be active in your states. Know your state senator. I don't mean your congressional senator. I mean your state senator. Know your assembly person. That's like a rep. I don't know in every state if it's called an assembly person or a representative, but the state level people, you can know them. You can call them, you can harass them. They're easier to reach. They will respond better. Know your mayor, know your police chief, know your school boards. The local level is where this war will be won. And I'm not talking about the civil violent war. I'm not sure about that yet. I'm just talking about the political process. I'm sorry if that was confusing at all. David Page. Perfect. Perfect rendition of Kansas song. MS Kohut. Thank you. I'm glad I got it right. All we are is dust in the wind. I do like singing. Okay, the Troglodyte Times is telling me, thank you for clarifying. It's not socialist, what I was saying, what we were both saying, what we were always saying about people having food and housing. It's not socialist. Any rightoid who tells you that is a fucking ghoul. That's right. These are the same people who screech about protecting kids while actively promoting anti-child policies. Good point. Hi, Lycoso76. Nice to see you. Marjorie is saying Pam Bondi wants voter rolls and DSS folks' names in return for ICE out of Minnesota. Talk about, what is this? Blackmail? Is it blackmail? Extortion? Blackmail? What? I mean, they're not even trying to hide their corruption. They're not even trying to hide their corruption. Um, one day I was like, why did they go and make war on Minnesota? I was so confused. Like, why Minnesota? And then somebody reminded me that that's where George Floyd was killed. And there was a very strong Black Lives Matter movement that sprung out of it. Also, Tim Walz being governor maybe was part of it. The Somali community, but it almost blew my mind that Minnesota was being attacked. I mean, any state is crazy, but I just don't think of Minnesota as like. By the way, I'm learning so many things about how incredible the people are in Minnesota and Minneapolis. Of course, I'm not surprised because you guys, Americans, are amazing. Okay, our regime, our billionaires, they don't represent us. These MAGA voters, they're not the majority, they're the minority. The majority of us are humane. The majority of us are empathic people, and I know that for a fact. I posted a video this morning. We got snowed in. How are you guys doing from your snowstorms? Ours was big, and my car was stuck in the driveway, and my husband was out there shoveling it out. But then our neighbor, who we've never met before, came over and started snow blowing our driveway. This is what America's like. We're actually very caring people. And you can see it in Minneapolis. You can see it in New York City. You can see it in Chicago. You can see it in California. You can see it. I'm sorry if I didn't name any red states. I know there's beautiful, humane people in all the states, you guys. And that's why I would never, ever wish harm upon the red states. Ever. There's beautiful, precious people who live there. They're not all MAGAs. And even the MAGAs, they have children. I will never wish harm upon any American family. No, well, okay. Strike that. I do wish harm on some American families, but they're all the ones that are occupying the highest seats on the globe and making war on the people. Okay, I'm sorry. I do wish harm on the Trump. Okay, let me see what somebody else is saying here. David, telling me more about Kansas, the band. Fun fact, Kansas, Dust in the Wind. What? Was banned immediately after 9/11 because of the reference to dust blowing. Oh my gosh, I did not know that. A reminder of the destruction of the World Trade Center. Other songs with reference to destruction were banned from the radio. I did not know that. I really did not know that. And I will connect on that with the fact that I was in New York on 9/11 because I used to live there. And I'm a social worker, and right after 9/11, I was called in as a mental health professional, and I worked a missing persons phone line. I'll never forget it. And I also, my organization that I was working with, we went and did work in the schools, helping people deal with this trauma, this collective trauma. So no, I did not know that about the song. Thank you for telling me, David. Hi, Marina. So nice to see you. You guys, I am going to go in a few minutes because it's 10:30 and I go to bed around this time. But I want to say Lambo told me it's like the mafia. Damn straight it is. This shit is mafioso, mafiosa, mafia, corrupt, criminal shit. Sociopathic, murderous, rapists, pillagers, hoarders of wealth, the most depraved people on the planet. And yet they're the most powerful. And the only way I can understand that is that the reason why sociopaths rise to the top of society is because they rob and kill. And that's how they hoard their wealth. And it's been happening. It's been happening forever. Anyway, you guys, I love you so much. But I'm going to go to sleep. You rest well. You take great care of yourself. And I will be back soon to be with you because you guys keep me going. You sustain me. Okay. I love you so much.